as you sit here on Media Day, tell us a little bit about, I guess in your mind, how this played out in the offseason and what you like about your basketball team as you start another season.
Well, listen, it played out. First of all, I'd like to say Danny and his staff did an amazing job. When you are under the restrictions that we were under, if you'd have told me we would have ended up with what we've ended up with, I thought that would never happen. A lot of things had to happen for us. Jason Terry had to want to play for us. He almost sent out the filler to us before we went to him, which was terrific. It's a funny story, but with Courtney Lee, we wanted him, but we decided there's no way we can go after him because he was a restricted free agent. And the day that Houston released him, I honestly was walking down the street in Winter Park, and I saw him across the street, and I commandeered him. Next thing you know, we're having dinner, and 2 days later, 3 days, it took about a week maybe, he was a Celtic. So, a lot of good things happened quickly. Jeff Green, obviously, we wanted to bring him back. Chris Wilcox, we wanted to bring him back. Sullinger had to fall to us. In the middle of last season, college season, I don't even think we would have looked at film on Sullinger because we would have thought there's no chance we can get him. And then Danny released the health report on him, and he fell to us. So that was terrific. That's not true, everyone. I'm just joking. Or maybe it is. Who knows? And so it's been that type of summer. It's been good. And I just really like our team. I like our team on paper. And now we have to turn it into a team. I think when Avery comes back, I think that we'll have the best guard core overall that we've had as far as being deep and good to start. I love the fact that we have a bona fide scorer in Jason Terry coming off the bench. We'll see how that goes until Avery comes back and whether he would start or Courtney Lee will start. That'll all play itself out. But I like our team.
Doc, Paul was out here and said that late last season, Kevin told him he was going to retire.
Kevin told me that all year. That's a bunch of crap. I never believed it. I really didn't. I told him that all the time. But every time in the middle of the season, I would say, next year. Next year. That was Kevin. But I never believed it. I honestly didn't. And even this summer, when you heard whispers, I think there was a couple reports that he had decided to retire. I just didn't believe it. He just has too much passion. You don't usually see guys with the fire burning high and at the level that he's played that'll just turn it off. It's unnatural, and it's definitely unnatural for Kevin.
Well, if he did retire, Paul said he was going to retire, so my question is, would you have retired?
No, I would have come back and then probably quit in the middle of the year or something like that. Who knows? It would have been a complete rebuild. Paul wouldn't have retired. I saw his contract, and I don't think he was going to retire.
But Doc, you've got Kevin, you've got Paul, and you've got long-standing leaders in this team. How much has Rondo risen within that framework to become a leader here, and how much of it is his?
Well, he is the leader. I just think that's happened it's a process, 3 years ago, he was learning how to be a leader, and 2 years ago he got better, and last year he got a lot better, and now he's here. But I just think it takes time, especially for him. Young, going to a veteran team, that's hard. That's hard. We've shared a lot. My rookie year, Fatella tells me I'm starting, and I got Dominique and Tree Rollins, Danny's best friend, and Brownfield Danny, they all were veterans, and I'm the guy that had to tell them what to do. That's hard to do. And those guys aren't even on the same level as the guys I'm mentioning with Kevin and Ray and Paul. But, it just takes time, and what it really takes is action, and you have to prove it with your actions before anybody will listen to your voice. And I think over the last couple of years, Rondo has proven that.
How much even from last year to this year is he matured?
Well, I just think we all, you just keep doing it. I don't know what percentage, Murph. I just think he's just gotten better, and the players trust him more.
Greg Payne, ESPN Boston. For Jeff Green this year, do you see him more as a 3, on 4 I'm sure at times, but how do you think you're primarily using him this year?
Don't know, honestly. I see him as a player who can help us. When he's at the 3, I want him to be a power player. I want him to post more. That's one of the things I thought I let him down when he was with us the first time. I didn't think we posted him enough. I thought in the Miami series, if you remember, he had I think in the last game he had a little stretch on the post, and I don't have a big body of work, honestly, to go with Jeff. When he's at the 4, I want him to be the fastest player in the gym. I want him to outrun. One of the things we want to do, and we've been working on in the last 3 weeks, is throwing the ball ahead to him on the break at the 4 and telling them to drive, attack the basket. There's a 4 guarding you that probably doesn't want to guard you. We want him to be an up-tempo 4 and a power 3. The difference, what helps him, is he does it in count. Trying to do that on the run with 25 games left is nearly impossible. Trying to learn 2 positions and ingratiating yourself with a group of guys. If I could have rethought that, I probably would have just left him at 1 position and just tried to let him figure that out.
A couple more questions, folks, please.
Doc, can you talk about the landscape of the league and how it changed this offseason, in particular what happened with the Lakers?
Yeah, the Lakers are better. Getting Dwight, I guess. Bynum's pretty good the last time I checked. So, they're better, and getting Nash will make them better. I honestly rarely look at the West. I could care less about the West. Because at the end of the day, we have to get out of the East, and the defending champions are in the East. So we have one target, and that's Miami. Whatever happens out West, good luck. Hope to see you. That's how we think about it. And Miami's improved as well. Getting right made them a better team. So our division is tough. For us, I think Philly really improved. They took us 7 games last year, and then they had Bynum, which size and a go-to guy. The Brooklyn Nets are better. So the Knicks are going to be a lot better because they're going to have a whole season under one system. And so, listen, it's going to be a hard year for us and everyone else.
Final 2 questions, Greg and Kyle. Doc, how do you see yourself managing Kevin's minutes this year compared to last year? Similar approach to 5-5-5 thing?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. Still want to get a little better at it. Obviously amp him up more in the playoffs. Maybe even do a little bit of it with Paul as well. This year it's hard to do 2 guys like that, honestly. But we've talked a lot about our minutes with those 2, in particular as a staff, and we've come up with a lot of things. But they all sound great, and then you get in the game. And that, like I said last year, it only works if it works for the player. And it worked for Kevin, and we're going to try some things with Paul in preseason and just see how that goes.
Hey Doc, what's it like having so many new toys to play with all the new additions, and what do you expect to get out of this overseas trip?
Well, I like the overseas trip. I wish we were leaving today right after media. I thought that would be a better way because you fly and then you don't have a break in camp. You just you have camp over there. That's the way I wanted it. We just couldn't logistically get it done. But I think it'll still be good. I'm hoping I just don't like breaking up my camp, honestly. We have 3 days and then you fly. I would never give the 4th day off if it was straight camp, and so we're going to do that and then get back. So that's the only thing I don't like about it. But I do like getting away. As you guys know, we usually go to Newport, and we just aren't going to do that. So it should be good.
And so many new toys to play with.
The toys are, listen, we're men, we all like toys, right? So, I don't know, I like it, again, I love what we have on the roster, and we'll see how it turns out, but I really like our team.